In devoting yourself to service or love for another person, human beings fulfill themselves. The more he devotes himself to a cause, the more he devotes himself to other people. The more he is a human being, the more he becomes himself first and foremost. Viktor Frankl. Quite often we complain about our lives. Problems at home and at work have already got on our nerves. The car is now several years older, and the neighbor's is new and beautiful, and simply everything is not as we would like it to be, because it could always be better. We become angry and irritable and do not appreciate what we have. But at the same time, there are those who do not have the basic things: home, family, and friends, warmth, and even clothes, and of course food. Usually people try to avoid them by pretending they don't exist. Such people are called homeless, and many people think that if you are homeless, you are not worthy of attention, not worthy to be heard, and not worthy to be helped. However, this story shows that not all people are equally indifferent to other people's troubles, and among them there are those who are always ready to help and give their hand. Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story. One evening in El Paso, Texas, police officer Jose Flores got a call on his walkie-talkie from a shop. Fortunately, no robbery had taken place, but as it was getting late and closing time was coming up, the shop employees called the cops as there was a man inside who said he simply had nowhere to go. It was terribly cold outside. He asked for at least a little more time to get warm. For Jose, this was a standard situation, as the law enforcement officer had been a police officer for several years and had seen a lot. When the officer accepted the call, he told them to wait and not to do anything until he arrived. As Jose himself later recounted, "As I drove to the shop, I was inwardly preparing for an all-night showdown, as it is quite common to encounter people who behave aggressively. But the policeman was very surprised when he arrived on the spot, and when he went inside, he saw a homeless man who had not touched anyone. He was not disturbing anyone. He was just sitting quietly, wanting to get some warmth. The supermarket staff did not like it, obviously. They asked the man to leave the store, but the homeless man wouldn't leave, saying he was just like any other person and that this was a public space. But the homeless man, the supermarket staff claimed, was too clever until Jose came into the shop. When the policeman entered, the unidentified man stood in front of the officer. The naked eye could see the fear in his eyes and the question of what was going to happen now. At first, Jose probably just wanted to throw him out of the shop and thus get rid of his current problems. If he had done so, he would not have broken the instructions, and it is likely that 99% of the time, many people would have done just that. But suddenly, the policeman's gaze fell on the homeless man's feet. They were blue from the cold and without any shoes. For a moment, the cop's heart sank in pain. Jose asked the old man where his shoes were, and he received the appalling reply, "Sir, they were taken from me, so I came here barefoot down the street." It became clear why this tramp wanted to stay inside as long as possible. Of course, like any normal person, a policeman couldn't just throw a man out into the cold. Right at that moment, an idea occurred to him. Jose just told the old man to wait here, and then he went into the shop. He walked around the shop looking for suitable shoes and warm clothes. The employees were totally shocked. How could this be? Jose really went above and beyond the call of duty and simply decided to help out in this difficult situation. After picking up the items he needed, the officer paid about $100 and put the homeless man on a chair to put some warm socks and sturdy shoes over his cold feet and a new jacket. At that moment, tears streamed down the homeless man's cheeks. He just kept repeating endlessly, "Thank you, sir." He later confided to Jose that no one had cared for him in such a way for years. In turn, the officer advised the shop staff to take more care of people because you never know where each of us may end up tomorrow. And his experience over the years had shown that sometimes even very successful people ended up on the streets for absolutely different reasons. But the police officer did not stop there either. After dressing the homeless man, they left the shop together and went to the nearest cafe for dinner. And after Jose fed the stranger, he drove him in his squad car to the center for the homeless. Most likely, no one would have found out about the story if a shop assistant hadn't taken a picture of the policeman's act of kindness and spread the word online. The photo went viral on the internet, and a lot of people praised Jose for his kindness, and a few days later, the city police department even gave a commendation to the policeman. It so happened that the cold heart of a homeless man was warmed by the warm participation of a total stranger. Now, not only gloves, socks, shoes, and jacket keep the homeless man warm, but also great faith in people and their kindness. Friends, what do you think? Whether the policeman named Jose did the right thing? Be sure to write your opinion in the comments and do as many good deeds as possible, and you will get it back tripled. That's all for today. Like the video and talk to you soon.